from the old days, tell me who that is.
Oh, I gotta see this little thing with the naked eye? Or these poor children? This your Boy Scout bands? Oh, I
Herbert
know. Yeah, I know H. Yeah, where'd you get that? You were practicing?
I was, we used to go down and talk with you, Brooklyn, and everything back then.
Yeah.
Back in the 50s,
Oh,
long time ago. He was a character.
remember when he was beat, we were somewhere when his motorcade came by in the city of Chicago somewhere. You were out It's too bad the Democratic Party hasn't gotten any good ideas since then.
Is there a packet? You have the development agreement, right?
Call me your roll call.
Anderson. Here. Johnson. Hidden.
Here.
Nash.
Here.
Alrighty.
Fox. motion to accept the agenda?
I'll make the motion.
Is there support?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I'm looking for that.
I still have those car keys that were left at Lights Above. So if anybody knows anybody that's missing car keys,
That we're left where?
at the Lights Above at the Civic Center,
Oh.
they're a pretty new car. It's the square Chevy key, so it's gotta be a 15 or newer, so if you have papers on it, put that in their story. It might be helpful. That's it for me.
Do you have anything else? We'll move on to number 4, unfinished business, 4.1, Tower Harbor Shores, Memorial Development Agreement.
Yeah, there in front of you, the signed agreement. Passed to their attorney, our attorney, and then Jeremy executed it, their half.
Okay. Questions, comments?
The request for the additional items is in there, as well as the items that were provided.
Yeah, I will go over those. That's good. Anybody have any questions or concerns on those?
Some of them are not fully executed, so they're not the final copy, but and then the plat that we got is not the final copy to get further. That's our plat, not their plat. And we're looking for their.
Okay. Anything else? We get a motion to sign the development agreement.
I'll make the motion.
Is there support?
I'll support.
What are we gonna lose?
Go ahead.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The new business, 5.1. Extend remote property leasing contracts.
You should be familiar that we have some of those remote 40 listed with Janice Realty. She has a potential buyer that's middling right now, but her contract expired 12/31, so technically she should not be dealing with these people, so she would like to extend it for another year.
I'll make a motion to extend.
Is there support for the motion? Support. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 5.2, 2018 ambulance purchase.
So real quick, couple things, couple safety features, looking to add, and a couple things that were forgotten in the original specs. One being the, I just did one, if you want to look at it, and some of it I've got, for the safety stuff, I've got video in case you are not familiar with the, that's why we don't have nice things like that. So, the first item is on page 10. Is thank you.
Let's keep talking.
Is the 360 camera. So we had the traditional backup camera and left and right turn camera that we were putting on the rig because they're so hard to see. And I did not know this was available at the time. This 360 camera is what we're looking to do. So it's just a short thing. Basically what it is, and you'll see it in the video, you can see the entire vehicle from the outside, from a bird's eye view. So it's actually it's a fourth camera because the cameras are on the sides and front and back of the rig. And it just makes it much easier maneuvering those things. changing lanes, pulling into these tight bays, backing up into these narrow spaces. The mirrors are really not as good as they should be on those things. They really are not. You need the size mirrors we have on like PT1, but they just don't make them like that for those.
So all you have to do is press the pedal, you don't need to drive.
So anyway, so this is a safety feature that that they're using on a lot of emergency vehicles, big emergency vehicles now, and also RVs, and there's higher end cars that just come with 360 cameras now. But I didn't know if everybody was familiar with it and how it actually looked and why it makes such a difference. And that's the reason why. So that would be a change in the. That would be a change in that purchase order. And then also on page 10, lower down is the inverter. That was something that just got overlooked when I first was putting the specs together, and when we were going through, once the bid was accepted for Lifeline, when we were going through the specs in detail between me and the company, realized that there was no inverter put in there. So that's a $1,300 thing, and we have to have the inverter. So, there's that. On page 14 is the Whelen Howler siren. So a big problem. This is another safety feature. Are you guys done with that? So and there's lots of videos on these things. So what the Howler siren is it's a low frequency. It takes your siren and it changes it to low frequency. And as you see, as he's going down the highway, this is somewhere sunny and out west somewhere. The siren, because of the low frequency, where you normally can't hear the siren when it's coming up behind you, and you can't see the emergency vehicles because it's bright out, it takes that siren and switches it to low frequency, so you actually feel it in your vehicle. So it actually, because of the low frequency, it penetrates the vehicle. So whereas you're right on top of people with a normal siren and they can't hear you because their windows are up, their air conditioning's on, their music's going, whatever the case may be, this actually just penetrates the vehicle so they can hear it / feel it. You know, it's not like it rumbles the car or anything, but you can actually feel the frequency inside your car. So that's something else that people are putting more and more on, and I wasn't even aware of those existed. They've been around for a few years now, and there's two companies now that make them, Whelen and it's called the Rumbar on the other one, but they're exactly the same thing. So that is kind of it's a problem with the narrow roads and people not hearing you, seeing you during the daytime especially. So that's the other safety thing. And then on page 18, there's a $300. There was no drawer put in we have a drawer in the workstation area. There was no drawer put in, so that's an answer. And then on page 19, the dividers for the cabinets were not in that spec. There's adjustable dividers to keep the stuff separated, and that wasn't in the spec. That was just something that was overlooked. So overall, price-wise, it still stayed under it went from $243 and change to $249 and change is what it would be. So it's still under the $250 that I originally thought it was going to approach with that cot and all that in there. So the ambulance itself is $230, but the total price is $249. $249 and $788 is the final price with those changes.
No signs?
No, it was flat, 0. So that's it for that. So I will have those changes made unless anybody disapproves of those changes. The chassis has already been ordered, so as soon as it's shipped to Quigley, the 4-wheel drive will be put on it, and then it will be sent to Lifeline to have the box put on it. So, okay. Any questions?
Any questions at all?
those 360 cameras sooner.
All those changes, the need ambulance.
I'll make the motion to approve those changes.
Is there support?
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Any motion to adjourn?
I'll support.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned.
I forgot to tell you guys too, our ambulance license renewal was all, for the 2 years was all done and approved and all that, so with the actual copy we actually received, this week.
Great. He is adjourned. So long.
Doesn't ever listen.
Knox got thrown out one more.
Was that?
Sunday. There's no Vikings.
Yeah.
There's no Vikings.
I don't know who, like,
Really?
Got crazy there last week.
actually, with the 2 holiday weekends, it was nuts, it was just insane. I think because people had like 4 or 5 days off, it was just ridiculous. There was so many medical calls, it was not even funny.
We set up my unresponsive to the fire department, we never set it back up for the ambulance.
Oh! Well,
Because I'm sitting with someone all day, and I'm like, why is it mine?
That's a lot of yeah. Now,
Or now or tomorrow?
tomorrow, I'll be there.
Well, I'm well.
Well, if I,
Yeah, he said.
because what I'll do is I have to send big signatures, and then you can buy one, and I can tell you, because I can see what the bathroom and stuff is.